Stargazers, welcome to the very first Learn With Me Japanese lesson. So, brief history. 13 years ago, I was 11 and I decided to teach myself Japanese for fun and because I could. And this was before I knew about anime, before I knew about manga, before I knew about Japanese street fashion. There was just the language. And I thought it sounded so pretty, and I just, I hit the internet, 11-year-old me, and I immediately fell in love with it. And so, yeah. Japanese was my minor in undergrad, and I studied abroad. So for a summer, I studied in Tokyo, Toyohashi, Toyokawa, Kyoto, and Hiroshima, and it was the best summer of my life. After that, I went to grad school, and I didn't have time for Japanese, and so I had to put the language on the back burner for 2 years. So this is sort of like me brushing up on the language, and I'm inviting you to learn right along with me. So if you're brand new, or if you're like me and you just want to brush up on the language, hopefully we can all learn together. So the first thing I'm going to do is give you some sources that you can work with. If you are if you are completely new to Japanese, you're going to want to start with the writing system. Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji, all 3 writing systems. And I posted some links in the description for you. I think it's called Guide to Japanese. I gave you one for Hiragana, one for Katakana, and then I posted a tool that everybody can use, no matter what your level in Japanese is. Classic.jisho.org. It has helped me from the beginning of my Japanese learning to all the way to like now. It helps with vocabulary, pronunciation, kanji, stroke orders of the kanji. You can even look up the words in sentences to see how they're supposed to be used and how they might be conjugated. So, super helpful tool there in the description. Okay, so I'm going to go over some basic phrases, such as hello, which is konnichiwa, good morning, which is ohayo gozaimasu, or simply ohayo. Good evening is a good one. Good evening is konbanwa, and good night is oyasumi nasai, or simply oyasumi. Okay, so funny story. When I first started teaching myself Japanese, I had no idea that different word orders were even a thing. I thought everything was like English, subject, verb to object. But Japanese is subject, object, verb, generally. So I'm just saying this for anyone who didn't know that, because I didn't know that when I was 11, and so I said stupid things like watashi, I, nihongo, which makes no grammatical sense whatsoever. So I will come up with some sort of the dog chases the cat. The dog chases the cat, which is inu ga neko o oikakeru. Inu ga neko o oikakeru, which is literally the dog the cat chases. Subject, object, verb. We can talk about sentence structure later. We're gonna do something more basic because this is the first lesson, and I'm sorry I'm so scatterbrained. So I'm hungry. Okay. So if you're hungry, I mean everybody gets hungry, so I guess it's kind of a useful phrase. Onaka ga suita. Onaka ga suita. Sometimes people omit the ga and just say onaka suita, onaka suita, onaka suita, onaka suita no. So yeah, it's pretty standard. Um, if you want to be like cutesy, you could say harapeko or harapeko peko, harapeko na, which is kind of like it's childish, feminine, cutesy. So like if you're a 40-year-old man, you would never say that ever. You would never say harapeko ever. Another way to say I'm hungry is haraheta, haraheta, which is considered crude, childish, and masculine. So something maybe a high school boy might say. So you don't want to say haraheta to say someone you don't know or someone that you respect. So I just use onaka suita. How are you? That was way delayed. How are you? You would say hajimemashite to someone you are meeting for the first time. Hajimemashite literally means the first time. This is the first time that I am meeting you. Hello. So the next time you see them on the street, you don't say hajimemashite, you say ogenki desu ka, which is pretty much how are you? Ogenki desu ka. And the o at the beginning is an honorific. So if you're talking to, say, a friend, you could just say genki desu ka or simply genki, genki. And I guess if so, like maybe you're on stage and you're talking to the audience, minna genki, like is alright. So how's everyone doing, kind of deal. And you can also use daijoubu to ask if someone's alright. Maybe they seem sad or they like scrape their knee or something. Daijoubu, and you can answer daijoubu, daijoubu desu, or daijoubu nano, or I'm fine, perfectly fine, I'm totally daijoubu. For genki, you can answer, "Hey, genki," or genki desu. Like, yes, I'm fine. If you want to say so, you can say, ma. And if you're not feeling so well, you could say, kibun ga warui. I don't think that's right. A quick Google search, and yes, you can use that to say that you're feeling ill. If you're a bit more advanced, you could say something like, 少し体の調子が悪い, which is basically saying my body is not feeling good, or something like that. My balance is the balance of my body is off, or something like that. The state of health of my body is not good. Words. For specific ailments, you could say I have a headache. ちょっと頭が痛い。ちょっと頭が痛いな。ちょっと頭が痛い。ちょっと頭が痛い。ちょっと頭が痛い。Atama ga itai means head hurts. Atama is head, itai is pain. And chotto means little, so you can put it in the front to say I have a bit of a headache or I have a small headache. Nodo ga itai means throat hurts. Nodo ga itai. And if you have a sore throat, you might also have a stuffy nose. Hana ga tsumaru. Hana is nose. Tsumaru means stopped up. Hana ga tsumaru. If your tummy hurts, you could say onaka ga itai. Onaka ga itai. Remember earlier when we talked about hungry? Onaka ga suita. Suita means empty. So you're literally saying my stomach is empty. So now we're saying onaka ga itai. Literally, my stomach hurts. So, bathroom. Everybody has to go to the bathroom at some point. So, if you're sitting at like a table of friends and suddenly you have the urge to go, you could just say chotto toire, which I mean literally means small bit toilet. Like, wait a minute, I have to go to the toilet. Chotto toire. I guess a more standard way to say it would be otearai wa doko desu ka? If you were somewhere that you don't, somewhere you're not you don't recognize words, and you have to ask a stranger, where's the toilet? Otearai is more, I guess, formal than toire. So you would say otearai wa doko desu ka? And doko means where. Otearai wa doko desu ka? And a funny way to say it, and also it's very rude, so if you're being serious, don't say it. But toire doko, which is like, where's the toilet? Like a crying child might use it. But funny story, I was looking up some stuff on Google and I found out that there's an app, a Japanese app called TOIRE DOKO, and it's supposed to tell you where the nearest toilet is. Probably doesn't work over here, but still funny. So I guess that's all for now. Just I think I think that was maybe too much of an information dump. Sorry. But until next time, I hope you are enjoying these, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know. So, じゃあまた, stargazers.